briefly at police headquarters when they were giving statements to the detectives handling the case. Ginsburg was tired. Tired of the seemingly endless grind of his tax business, tired of the affluent lifestyle to which he and his young partner had become accustomed. As the autumn days grew shorter, there wasn't enough Prozac in the world to brighten the otherwise dank mood that hung over him like a constant dark cloud. He reached into his desk and pulled out a bottle of wild turkey and a glass. He poured a shot and sipped the alcohol. He felt its glowing warmth in his throat and stomach as he turned his attention back to the computer screen. "Christ," he muttered. "If I have to look at one more tax form, I think I'll puke." He could hardly wait for the booze to begin taking the edge off. Ginsburg completed the third quarter tax forms for yet another of his corporate clients, shut down the computer, and leaned back in his leather chair. He gazed out his 13th-story office window overlooking the Salt Lake City skyline as the last light of day faded below the western horizon, leaving just a touch of orange in a darkening sky. It was so clear that he could see the landing lights and the ghostly shapes of the commercial planes as they descended in orderly fashion into nearby Salt Lake International Airport. Ginsburg finished the wild turkey and reached for his black leather briefcase, resting atop the credenza across from his desk. He should have been home an hour ago. He would be late for dinner again, and Rodney would be seriously pissed. But screw Rodney. Much of the reason for putting in such long hours was directly proportional to the amount of Rodney's spending. Rodney was spending it nearly as fast as he could earn it. Lately, Ginsburg was having second thoughts about making a kept man out of the young travel agent. While it was pleasing to his ego and definitely good for his libido, it was killing him financially. Ginsburg left his State Street office and walked the half-block east on 200 South to the parking garage. He nodded at the attendant and ascended the steel stairs to the third floor. He walked past the elevator door, moving silently between rows of parked cars and past several large concrete pillars. As he stepped between a large SUV and a Dodge van, his new Volkswagen Passat came into view. Leaning against the driver's door was a tall young man wearing a long-sleeved flannel shirt, blue jeans, and brown work boots. To Ginsburg, the man looked like a blue-collar worker, a construction type, maybe. Ginsburg felt fearful, but spoke with as much bravado as he could muster. "Excuse me, but what are you doing next to my car?" The man pushed away from the Passat, rose to his full height, and smiled at Ginsburg, revealing a large silver-capped front tooth. For a moment, the stranger said nothing, but then the grin disappeared, and the man said, "Just waiting on you. Had to work late tonight, huh?" Ginsburg looked puzzled. "I don't think I know you. What is it that you want?" He never saw the second individual who stepped from behind a concrete pillar, carrying a 3-foot steel tire iron. The man swung the tire iron like a baseball bat, struck the back of Ginsburg's head, and crushed his skull. The force of the blow propelled him forward into the arms of the first man, who plunged a double-edged serrated knife deep into his sternum, then yanked it upward toward the heart. They left him on the cold concrete floor, his life's blood pooling under his head and torso. Rodney Plow waited. The carefully prepared dinner of garlic mashed potatoes, fresh halibut, asparagus spears, and Caesar salad had long since grown cold. It was now after 7. Arnold was supposed to have been home by 5. During the intervening hours, Rodney had managed to finish the bottle of Napa Valley Chardonnay. By 8, he contemplated calling the police. Ginsburg hadn't responded to his phone calls placed to Arnold's office and cell phone. Instead, he opened a second bottle of wine. Another hour passed. Just before 9, Rodney called the Salt Lake City police and reported Arnold missing. Within half an hour, patrol officers